And welcome back to the Ticats CFL Draft Show, powered by TELUS. Now, Mike Daly, I'm shocked that he hasn't fallen asleep because it's 10 o'clock. We've got two kids that have kept him up probably since 5 a.m. this morning. So, Mike, it is genuinely great to see you at this hour of the night. How are you doing?
Good, man. Like you said, it's pushing the end of my bedtime here. So
yeah.
No, but it's cool to be here. Cool to see you again, Louie. How's everything going?
Everything's going well, man. Let's talk about what do you remember about draft night? When you think about that night, when you think about what these kids are going through now, what kind of goes through your head?
Well, okay, so now I'm dating myself because it wasn't a draft night. It might have been a draft middle of the day on a Wednesday, where I was sitting there at work. Actually, I had to work because I was a student at the time, and I had to pay my tuition somehow. But I was sitting there and had my computer up while I was working, so I just had the live draft tracker on. And actually, one of my buddies I played with at Mac, Spencer Moore, he got drafted like the pick before me. So I was actually getting really excited with one of my buddies. I was there, and I didn't even see my name get picked because I was just so fired up about my other buddy. And then sure enough, somebody tells me, but, I got to be excited. And then I had to get right back to work because my boss was getting upset. I was slacking off a little bit.
And that's the one thing I've kind of noticed about it. Like there is that moment to celebrate this, but it's also like the work's just beginning, right? Now you're a pro, right?
Yeah.
You're drafted by a team, university, college ball, that's gotten you to this far, but now the work starts. So what advice do you have for the players that were selected tonight?
Yeah, you're exactly right there. It's the work just starts. So, I mean, if you don't have a little bit of butterflies in your stomach saying, oh boy, now I got to go to camp and compete with these guys, then, you're not thinking about it the right way. But that happens every single year. So I don't think it's any different, whether it's your first or your seventh, right? I just think that, have fun tonight. It's kind of like anything, like winning a game, right? Enjoy the night tonight, but then tomorrow it's about time to get going again.
You are walking 27,000 kilometers. Did I read that right? You're walking, biking. Well, you're doing something great for Tim Hortons Camp Foundation. You're trying to raise some money to help send some kids to camp. But 27,000 kilometers, the Cross Canada Trail. What are you doing here, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try. 27,000 kilometers is a lot, but I'm cheating a little bit. I'm biking. I'm using my training runs as it too. Anytime I go for a walk with the kids, I'll just track it. But yeah, it's in order to get kids to e-camp for Tim Hortons coast to coast. It's something cool. They reached out. They asked if I'd want to be a part of it. And I said, of course, anything to get, kids some sort of exposure, especially during this time, right? Kids aren't seeing as many people as they normally would. And I think it hits them the hardest. So if we can just get them to have a little bit of fun for e-camp, and that, that means I have to walk, bike, run, go 7,000 kilometers.
Like I said, I've noticed the little walks. I'm gonna try and find a way. You said you suggested we could have been on like a treadmill here for this. We could have been running on the spot or something.
Or at least the step counter where you just.
Buddy, I'm an Apple Watch guy. I was about to say, like, I walk a ton. I'm also, and again, I got to be careful what I do here. I knew you were going to be on the show today, so I brought this jersey out of retirement. From when we were teammates at the McMaster, so I had to make sure I was wearing my Hamilton is volleyball shirt from our.
Hey, you and I are still undefeated. You know that, right? We might be the greatest team of all time.
We definitely are the greatest team of all time. Mike, it's great to see you, man. Go to bed. It's late. It's way past your bedtime. Thanks
I appreciate it. Buddy, good seeing you. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. That's Mike Daly, a man who needs no introduction. I turned my camera off. I don't know why. Because we're going to take a very, 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 very short break because we're going to wrap up the show with just a ton of guests, including Drew Allen, Senior Director and Co-Manager of Football Operations. He's going to recap the whole draft for us. But don't go anywhere. Darren Bombing, Winnipeg Blue Bombers reporter, is going to be by. This is the Ticats CFL Draft Show, powered by TELUS. We're back in 30 seconds.